Do you remember that moment when three women on screen felt stronger than any detective? Charlie's Angels wasn't just a TV show, it was an obsession. But here's the strange part: almost 50 years later, half of the cast is gone, and the rest went through stories far more dramatic than anything in the script. Let's see what really happened to them. 1. Jaclyn Smith, who played the role of Kelly Garrett, the only one who stayed from the very first episode to the last. When others left, she stayed. Jaclyn was born in 1945 and started as a model. Unlike some of the others, she actually auditioned for the role and proved she belonged there. After Farrah left, the show shook. After Kate left, it nearly collapsed. But Jaclyn held it together. And here's what's interesting: after the show, she didn't disappear like many TV stars do. She built a second career: acting, business, and a fashion brand that turned into a massive success. Then came breast cancer. She went through treatment. She survived, and she spoke openly about it. In 2026, she is 80 years old, and she still feels like someone who never lost her biggest battles. 2. John Forsythe, who played the role of Charlie's voice. You never saw his face, but everyone knew that voice. The irony is that he got the role by accident, a late-night call. The original actor didn't show up. Forsythe drove in wearing pajamas just to help, and that night he became Charlie. While the actresses worked 14 to 15-hour days, he recorded his lines in minutes and still became one of the most iconic presences on TV. Later, he starred in Dynasty and won 2 Golden Globe Awards. He survived major health issues, including heart surgery and cancer. He passed away in 2010 at the age of 92 and remained until the end the voice no one saw, but everyone recognized. 3. Farrah Fawcett, who played the role of Jill Monroe. This is where the story becomes something else. In 1977, she was everywhere. That red swimsuit poster sold 12 million copies. Her hairstyle became a national trend. She wasn't just an actress, she became a cultural phenomenon, and yet she left after just 1 season. Conflict, lawsuits, pressure, long hours, money issues. It all built up. But then something unexpected happened. She wanted to be taken seriously, and she proved it. Her performance in The Burning Bed changed everything. She earned an Emmy nomination and real respect. But her personal life was complicated. Divorce, difficult relationships, and eventually, cancer. She fought. She traveled for treatment. Her journey was filmed, and millions watched her battle. Farrah died in 2009 at the age of 62, on the same day as Michael Jackson, and her death was overshadowed, but not forgotten. 4. David Doyle, who played the role of John Bosley, the one man who stood beside the Angels every week. Not the star, but without him, something would be missing. David was a trained theater actor, experienced and steady. On screen, he became the human bridge between Charlie and the Angels, warm, slightly awkward, but always reliable. He didn't like the name Bosley at first, but it became his identity. After the show, he continued acting and later became the voice of Grandpa Lou in Rugrats, reaching a whole new generation. He passed away in 1997 at the age of 67 and quietly remained one of the emotional anchors of the series. Eve, Kate Jackson, who played the role of Sabrina Duncan. If Farrah was the face, Kate was the brain. She was the one who suggested the name Charlie's Angels. Kate chose the role of Sabrina herself because she wanted to play someone intelligent and in control. She earned Emmy and Golden Globe nominations, but her time on the show ended in conflict. She was offered a major role in Kramer vs. Kramer, but the show wouldn't release her. Tension grew, and she left. After that, she built a new career, starring in Scarecrow and Mrs. King. But real life brought its own challenges. Breast cancer, multiple surgeries, a heart condition. She survived all of it, and then she stepped away from the spotlight. In 2026, she is 77 years old and chose a quiet life over fame. 6. Tanya Roberts, who played the role of Julie Rogers. She arrived when the show was already struggling. Out of 2,000 candidates, she was chosen to save it. She brought strength, edge, and a different energy. But the ratings didn't recover. The show ended, and her career actually began. She became a Bond girl, starred in cult films, later found a new audience in that 70s show. But her final chapter was tragic and surreal. In 2021, her death was announced prematurely while she was still alive. The next day, she passed away. She was 71. 7. Cheryl Ladd, who played the role of Kris Monroe. Imagine replacing the most famous woman in the world. That was her role. Producers made her the sister of Farrah's character, and it worked. She didn't copy, she created her own version, and stayed for 4 seasons. At the same time, she built a music career, released albums, performed, and acted. In 2026, she is 74 years old, still warm, still connected to her audience. 8. Shelley, who played the role of Tiffany Wells. Her story feels a little unfair. She was already famous, the face of Charlie Perfume, then became one of Charlie's angels. But the audience didn't connect with her character. After 1 season, she was gone. It sounds like failure, but it wasn't. She changed direction, got an MBA, became a producer, and built her own company. Sometimes leaving the spotlight is a new beginning. In 2026, she is 78 years old, living a private life. Out of the 8 main cast members, only 4 are still alive today. Charlie's Angels ended in 1981, but their stories never really did.